for the equaliser, and what an important one it was in the end, Wrighty.
Yeah, it was. Like Undav, I thought when he came on, he gave him more of a focal point. And what he also gives is, obviously, with his, he got 9 goals now in 11, is like he gives them a goal threat. And you'll see it definitely with the 2 goals. It's brilliant the way he comes off here, Dunk, you know, on the layoff. And look at his determination here to get in there, Dunk. And this is, and then the cross, fantastic. Yeah,
it's a great ball in, isn't it? It was begging to be hit. Fantastic penetrating run with the striker, but it was a great cross for the other substitute.
Brilliant touch out there, wasn't it?
Yeah, the substitutes made a massive difference, didn't they?
Brilliant goal.
Great
that's
finish.
Fantastic.
And that's it. You say credit to the manager really for making those changes and impacting them.
Yeah, I mean 60 minutes is quite early, isn't it, to bring them on? They brought them on. He changed his front line in the 60th minute, and it's very pleasing when they combine like that to come off, you know what I mean, be successful.
Yeah, but then when you've got a striker who's come off the bench a few times now who can do that, you can say, you know what, I was going to wait 70, but I'll bring you on 30 because he's got that about him, and he's done it. He's proved him right.
That's his 3rd goal in a couple of games.
Yeah, he had to do it at 60 because the first 10-15 minutes of the second half, Ivory Coast should have killed that game off.
Yeah.
But then Germany, aren't they?
Yeah. They always find a way, Gary.
They're just efficient, aren't they? They're just efficient.
They just, to be fair, ruined my life on multiple occasions.
Let's show you a chance that Ivory Coast had, and just tell me about how this could have been a little bit different. This is Simon Adjunga.
Oh, I mean, look, the first 10-15 minutes of the second half, they should have killed it off, and then they had this moment late on. And honestly, we're all up here screaming, thinking, oh, no, what are you doing? I'm going to let you take it over, right?
Well, you know, the thing is, Gal, this is all perfect, what's happening now. The pass from Nicolas Pepe, perfect.
No!
And now, you know, we're watching, we'll see it from the other angle. When we see it from this angle, you'll see, because Adingra does everything right. He opens his body up so you think he's coming onto it with the right foot. The ball's rolled perfectly. Look at that. Oh. There's nothing else. This is saying, just take me first time.
I mean, how can he not just hit that? You
honestly.
Know what I mean? He's obviously panicked, isn't he?
He's coming into bodies. It's honestly, that.
Bad touch.
You lose games at this level. You miss chances like that, you will lose games.
I would have taken that first time with my
Even you would have, Gal.
Yeah. You'd have scored at Gary all day long.
That was their moment, and then Germany, Gary, as you said, look, they just managed to find a way. But again, this is Undav as well. We'll have to talk about him more in a second, but just have a look at this goal and the ball in. How special was this?
It's so special. I am going to hand it to Wright again, not because I know how to score a goal, but I just know this is an Ian Wright goal, this.
You know what's good about this? Look how hard he has to play that in really hard. Bang. It's the touch. Duncan.
Oh,
it's
fantastic.
The touch. So the ball's got to be played in hard because the defender's so close. But the touch has to be away from him so he can still hit it first time. Look how he wraps that in. Bang.
And it's right and left foot, isn't it? Control with the right, bang it with your left.
That is world-class finishing. When people talk about, but he's got so much time and space. He's made it with the touch.
Great forward pass.
Bang. Defender, goalkeeper, no chance. Bang.
It's a great forward pass for the midfield player as well.
It's just beautiful. It's for Picasso, that is.
I'd like to see that first angle again, because we have to look at it from a sort of defensive perspective. It's a brilliant goal. The pass is special. The touch is great. The finish is fantastic.
Yeah.
But the centre-back steps up past him.
There it is.
And we'll just see it again here now. We'll maybe see this is maybe the second angle. Just watch the centre-back in the middle step up past him. He's done the right thing. He moves up. And then the other 2 defenders don't move up with him. They stay back a yard. And you've got to get up to the edge of the box. The actual centre-back that's marking him here, watch this.
He does the right thing,
The centre-back does the right thing. He shifts up that yard. And the other 2 have got to come up with him. And then they don't do, and then you're dead, you're finished.
Great, look at that. That touch there is magnificent.
Oh. Guys, he's been on the pitch in this World Cup for 56 minutes, and in that time he scored 2 goals and 2 assists. So he's obviously 3 goals and 2 assists.
Yeah.
So is the coach now in a position to look at this and go, do I need to start him in the next game? Has he forced his way in, or is he brilliant in the way that he comes off the bench?
I think the coach has got to be thinking like that, definitely. I mean, what more can the boy do?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I definitely think he'll be changing his starting line-up for the next game.
We were saying before, though, Kai Havertz is loved by all his coaches. You know, Mikel Arteta loves him. I think Thomas Tuchel loved him when he was at Chelsea.
Even Frank loved him.
Frank Lampard. He's always played, hasn't he? You know, the German coach Nagelsmann loves him. I just wonder whether Undav is better as a sub. I wonder whether he's better coming on when the game opens up a little bit and there's a little bit of space.
Yeah, but Gal, when you say that, it's like the first goal, the way he was able to come off the defender, lay it off and go. And then the second goal was the poacher, where he's so good, the touch and the finish. it just looks like the focal point that he is, it just seemed like it might benefit them better.
How difficult is it from a player's perspective to be that player that's coming off the bench and he can't do more in this situation, and then maybe the coach does?
You know what, Laura, he's not bothered because, you know what I mean? Because he knows that the manager's got the problem now.
He seemed to go into the rhythm very quickly, doesn't he, when he comes off that bench, you know what I mean? He gets into a quick rhythm, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Maybe they fancy Havertz a wee bit because obviously he's a better player probably all round, but he's taller as well, so maybe and he does a lot of defensive stuff. So maybe that's why they pick Havertz quite a lot, because he's tall for the set plays and also he worked back the way as well defensively.
We still ask that question about how difficult is it for subs to come on and adjust, but I think now it's almost the expectation that there's going to be 3 or 4 subs coming on. With, you know, back in the day there were maybe only 1 or 3 subs, and it was unusual to make a number of substitutions. Now these lads are ready, they know they're going to come on, they know they're going to rotate. Look, I have to say, you've got to hand it to Germany there. That's persistence. They were struggling in parts of that match, and they've stuck at it. Persistence, resilience, and they've got there at the end. It's so German.
They brought on an assassin. He was just like surgical finishing.
Do you know what I was laughing at? Because when was the last time you two were ever subs? They know how to come on as a sub.
Very rare.
That question should have been put to me.
Very rare, very rare. Okay, guys, next up we're going to hear from